Today we're going to be doing front brake pads on an 04 Chrysler Town Country, and that's coming up next year on Jesse B Gear. Welcome back everybody, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment down below if you like videos like this. So we got our 04 Chrysler Town Country here, and this is the first time I'm putting pads on it, so I figured I'd bring you guys along and show you how I do it. So what we're going to do is I already got it jacked up, I already got the wheel off of it, so I'm going to bring you guys in a little bit closer and show you how to do this. So on these Chrysler Town Countries and Dodge Grand Caravans, we got to get this clip off the brake pad here first. At least that's what I like doing. So we're gonna get this in here, try to pry this thing off. Like I said, I haven't done Chryslers in a long time, but that got it off here. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna move over to the slide pins. Now what we gotta do is take the slide pins out, and you're gonna have one of these on top. It's really hard to see the bottom one, so I'm not gonna show you guys the bottom one, but it looks exactly the same. So what you need to do is get a 7mm hex wrench here. And you're going to have to use an extension with this because, you know, Chrysler decided to block the way with the brake hose there. So now we're going to come in here. These should not be very tight at all to loosen up. There we go. A little tighter than what I thought. I definitely wouldn't have had them that tight. There's too many ugga-duggas on that one. So instead of boring you guys, I'm going to take this one off and remove the rear or the bottom one. Now I'm going to pull that slide pin out here just so you guys can see what it looks like. And that's what it looks like right there. Now what I'm going to do is later I'll show you what I do with these, but for now let's move on. Now I got the caliper bolts off. We're going to try to slide this caliper off. Sometimes if they don't slide right off, you can get a little persuasion with a screwdriver to help you get them off here. Just stick it on the rotor, pry back and forth, and that'll help you get off. Alright, we finally got the brake loose there. So now we're going to take my brake caliper hanger here. If you guys haven't seen my video on this, I'll leave a card up above. This thing is very nice and cheap from Amazon. We're just going to come and hang it over here, out of our way. Very nice and cheap. Yes, you can use coat hangers, stuff like that, but for the price, I figured I'd try it out, and this is the first test for it. Now, when I took the caliper off, the inboard pad you saw came off. Then we got the outboard pad here. The other side was pretty bad, and it looks like this one probably wasn't too far behind it from looking at these. So now we're going to move on to the next step. Now, like I said in this video, I'm only doing the brake pads here, putting a disclaimer in here. These rotors are still good. I'm putting the exact same kind of pads on them, so I'm not worried about resurfacing them. But what you should do, and this is the disclaimer, you would take these two bolts off right here on the bracket that you guys can't really see that good from this camera angle. Let me get you in here a little bit better so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. And what we got is right here you got a bolt, and right down on the bottom down here a little bit further you got another bolt right here. You take that off, that would take your caliper bracket off. Now when you take that caliper bracket off, that rotor should slide off. If you're replacing the rotor and it's being stubborn, you can hit it with a regular hammer. If you're reusing the rotor, I would use a dead blow hammer so you're not putting big old dents in it. So what I'm going to do now, like I said, you should replace them, resurface them. I know O'Reilly Auto Parts, I think they still turn rotors. You could do that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take brake clean them up here, and then off camera I'm going to basically scrub around them a little bit just to get the old material off, to get that new pad material in. And also I am going to clean up these little grooves here on both sides where the pads ride to make it for a nice smooth for the pads to move in and out of. Alright, now I'm done with all that. We'll move on to the next step. Alright, now you can see I got the caliper off the hanger. I'm going to put the brake pad back in there, the old one. And the reason why I'm doing that is usually I do this in the beginning, but since the pad fell out, I just let it be. But now I'm going to take my brake tool spreader here, and we're going to put that on the old brake pad and just slowly squeeze this back in. I like going slow because sometimes if you go too fast, you could still push fluid out of the reservoir if you go too fast. So we'll just slowly squeeze that back in. I really like this tool for the single piston calipers. For the dual pistons, I need to get something better than a C-clamp. But you'll know once you bottom out, because it will not go any further, like right there. So now you just hit that lever, release it, and then you can pull this on out. And now we can start putting brake pads in. Now when we're doing the pads, the first thing we have to do is get some brake grease here, caliper grease. And what I like doing is I like doing the edges of the ears, because this is where it's going to slide in those grooves we cleaned out earlier with a wire brush. And that's a maintenance surface. So what I'm going to do, try to get it so I ain't touching the brake pad with the grease, turn it around here, do this other side. And then once we're done with this, all we got to do is not touch the pad with our greasy hands here and get this to pop back in. Get all these little prongs lined up and pop it in just like that. So now we're ready for the outboard pad. Alright, now on the outboard pad, I already put grease on it. Didn't want to bore you guys with that. So we're going to set this in here. And you always want to make sure the pad is touching the rotor. You never want the metal against the rotor. I don't know how many videos I've seen like that. No, no, no. Pad always goes against the rotor. So now we're going to slide that in. And then we're going to swing down our caliper here. Make sure you're not kinking this rubber hose here. And it'll slide back on. And now we got to put our pins back in. Now we're ready to put the slide pins back in. But wait, don't just slap these back in. Take some brake cleaner. And I'm going to hold it down here. Spray them off. Get all that old dirty grease off of these, because this is what your caliper slides on. It makes everything nice and even. So we're going to wipe this down real good. And we're going to put some fresh brake caliper grease back on these. Alright, now these cleaned up pretty good. If they're like corroded or got a bunch more gunk on there, take a wire wheel to them and clean them off. So now we're just going to take our grease here. And you just need a light coat. You don't need anything thick and crazy. You just need a light coat of grease on here. And I like to make sure it goes from top to bottom. Don't get it on the ends. That's where it compresses. So we just do a nice little coat just like that. And then what I'm going to do is slide this top one back in. Get it to where it's right there. And I'm going to do the same thing to the bottom real quick. And then I'll come back and show you guys what I do next. Now I got all the slide pins cleaned up, greased up, and back in. I'm just going to take my extension with the socket and try to thread these in by hand first, just to get them lined up. Now I got them lined up. I'm just going to crank this down here. Now I'm not going to tighten this one up all the way. Right there is just got snug. I'm going to back it off a little bit, because what I want is movement in this caliper, because I still need to get the bottom one done. You can see how it wiggles. Until I get this bottom one lined up, I want it loose to help line it up, and then I'll snug it up. Okay, now that I'm basically where it's at, now my torque spec on this is that German torque spec. Let's see if we can hit here. Good enough. Alright, now we'll get our socket back, put it on our ratchet here, and we'll do the top one. We'll get it snug right there. And our German torque spec, good enough. And there you go. Now we got the slide pins in. We still got to put this clip on. About the best thing, I think, the way I found to do it, is to put this one behind the bracket first, and then put this into the hole right there. That'll give you a pivot point. Get it on there, and then come to the top and try to get everything lined up just right. Hold your mouth just right. Okay, now we got that piece in, and now we need to get the top part behind the bracket here. And of course nothing wants to line up, so I'm going to fight with this for a minute and get it on. Alright, now we finally got it back on. Now all we got to do is go ahead, pump up the brakes, make sure we got pressure like we should, and throw the tires back on. So there you guys go. That's doing brake pads on a 04 Chrysler Town Country Dodge Grand Caravan. It covers a certain amount of years. I don't remember those years offhand, but this is one of those vehicles also, just so you guys know. It depends on your brake pads when you order them. If you got disc in the back, drum in the back, and when the vehicle was made. Just so you guys know that, in case you own a Dodge Grand Caravan or a Chrysler Town Country, that's info you need to know. Now, I give Chrysler a hard time because of stuff like that, and Ford does it too. To me, it just makes no sense to have split years, this and that. Just put one thing on it and ship it out so nobody like me has to deal with trying to remember if it has this, that, or anything else. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video on how to do the pads. Like I said, I know there's going to be people down in the comments complaining about the rotors on that. That's fine. I really don't care. I've done this for years and it's worked just fine for me. Now, if you're hitting your brakes and you're getting a pulsation in it, your rotors are warped, and you definitely want to change them when that happens. So as always, don't forget to check the links out down below. Down there I have links to some of the tools I use today, and then others are affiliate accounts that do help out the channel. Some of them got discount codes to save you guys money. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment down below. We are One Nation Under God, and I'll see you all on the next one.